Today we are looking at 7 different back exercises and are ranking them on how effective they are at developing your back. The better an exercise is, the higher it will be ranked. Let's get right into it. Okay, so let's start off with T-bar rows. I would give T-bar rows a tier list. T-bar rows are amazing. Your back can either get wider or thicker, so there's exercises that target your thickness and there's exercises that target your wideness, and T-bar rows is a perfect exercise to make your back thicker and juicier. And it's an old school exercise. Most people don't even use this exercise anymore. It's kind of difficult to set up. You need to go in a corner and set up the bar, put some weights on and get the right grip. You got to use the grip that you use when you do seated rows, but it's an amazing exercise, and I would definitely recommend anyone who has problems getting a thicker back to try this variation, and I try to hit it once to twice a week. So next we have the lat pull down. So before we had an exercise for thickness, now we have an exercise for width, and I would give lat pull downs a B ranking. You know, I'm not the biggest fan of lat pull down. It's not a bad exercise. It's very good for actually building width and getting really wide lats, but I personally prefer the pull up over the lat pull down, so I would only give it a B ranking, but it's still a good exercise. And also you can change the variation all the time. You can go close grip, you can go narrow grip, you can go wide grip, so it's a good exercise. But for someone who's a hybrid calisthenics weights athlete, I personally prefer pull-ups, and I usually don't do lat pull downs anymore. I quit doing them a while ago. So next we have seated rows, and I gotta give seated rows a C tier ranking. It's a good exercise, don't get me wrong, it really is a good exercise. There's not even anything bad to say about it. It's a good exercise that trains your back, especially your thickness here. Again, every time you row it's thickness, every time you pull it's width. There's just a lot better exercises than this one in my opinion when it comes to thickness. So again, it's not a bad exercise, there's nothing bad I can really say about it. I just personally think it's not as effective as hitting the thickness and training your back as other rowing exercises. I wouldn't do this every time I go to the gym. I would maybe do it once a week. You know, it's not, like I said, not my favorite exercise. It's only my taste, might work for you, but for me it's just a C. Next we have barbell rows, and I gotta give barbell rows an S tier listing. I love barbell rows. Ever since the day I started working out, I included barbell rows in every workout I did. It's an old school exercise I saw Arnold Schwarzenegger do, and ever since I started doing it, and it's an amazing exercise for not only width but also thickness. It just trains overall every part of your back. If it's your lower lats, your traps, your lats, your rear delts, whatever it is, this exercise is training it. I actually believe that this is like a compound movement. It's like the squat for legs. So I would recommend doing this exercise every time you train back, which is why I'm giving it an S tier list. Now we have pull-ups. This is the only exercise that doesn't require weights on this list, and it's going straight to S tier. If there was anything higher than S tier, it would get it. This is the best back exercise. If you only do pull-ups and no other back exercise, you would still develop an insane looking back. There's no way around it. If you do calisthenics, you gotta do pull-ups. If you do weights, you gotta do pull-ups. I just have to leave it at that. You just have to do pull-ups. That's it. So next we have cable pullovers, and that's going to receive a B ranking for me. Like I said before, every time you pull it's for your width, and with this exercise we're pulling, so it's targeting our width or our lats, and it's a good exercise. It does a good job in targeting your lats. I don't do it that often. I personally just think there's a better exercise out there for targeting your width, which is actually the next exercise we're going to talk about. But like I said, nothing wrong with this exercise. Great exercise for your lats. If you feel it in your lats and you like this variation of the pullover, use it. I'm just not the biggest fan, but it's still very good, so it gets a B ranking. Moving on to the dumbbell pullover, this gets an A ranking for me. This is the exercise I use instead of cable pullovers. I think it does a better job at targeting your lats. It also targets a bunch of other muscle groups. People used to call this exercise the upper body squat because it targets your lats, your midsection, your shoulders, your chest, and I personally believe it overall does a better job at building that V taper and that width in your upper body. Therefore I believe it deserves an A ranking. You gotta check this exercise out, and if you don't know how to perform it, check out the video I'm going to link in the description. I did a whole video on this exercise, and I will explain everything in there, but it definitely is going to get an A ranking for me. And that's pretty much it. These are the exercises I use to build my back. Of course there's many more exercises out there, and you should figure out for yourself what works and what doesn't, but these are exercises that are most commonly used, so I thought I would rank them. But let me know what you guys think of my list down below, and I'll see you guys on the next video on Sunday. Peace out.